Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty interesting. Mucuna pruriens. You might know it as the velvet bean, or maybe cowhage.
Yeah, those names definitely stick with you. It's just a bean, really, part of the bean family. But wow, the research behind it is quite deep.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's our mission today, to sort of unpack what the research suggests. We're talking potential benefits for like the brain, mood, even fertility.
Well, and we have to say this right at the top, it's critical.
Okay.
This is all for educational purposes. Seriously. It is absolutely not a replacement for professional medical advice or treatment.
Right.
Given what this plant contains, you really, really must talk to a healthcare provider before you even consider trying Mucuna pruriens. Seriously.
Got it. That's super important context. So, okay, what makes it so potent? Why the caution? Where's the power coming from?
Well, according to the research, it basically boils down to one key molecule, L-DOPA, or levodopa. Yeah, it's the main bioactive compound. And L-DOPA is, a natural precursor to dopamine.
Dopamine. Crucial neurotransmitter, right? For mood, memory.
Exactly. Mood, memory, and really importantly, muscle movement.
Okay, so muscle movement. That connection immediately brings Parkinson's disease, PD, to mind. Synthetic L-DOPA is the standard treatment there.
Right.
So what does the research say about using the whole plant extract instead?
It's actually fascinating. There are some small human trials plus lab studies that suggest Mucuna pruriens might be, better tolerated.
Better tolerated.
It seems to have anti-PD activity and even some brain protective effects. The thinking is maybe the other stuff in the bean, fiber, other nutrients, might help sort of buffer or modulate how the L-DOPA gets absorbed.
Compared to just the pure drug.
Exactly. Which could potentially mean fewer side effects. But, and this is a big but, we definitely need large-scale human studies to confirm any of that. It's still early days for that specific idea.
Okay. So beyond motor control, that dopamine boost,
right,
that must affect mood too, right?
Precisely. There are preliminary animal studies. We're talking rats and mice here.
Right.
And they've shown both antidepressant and anxiolytic effects. Anti-anxiety.
That's tied back to the L-DOPA again.
Yeah, attributed mostly to boosting those dopamine levels. And there's also some suggestion, research-wise, that it might help manage stress by possibly reducing levels of the stress hormone, cortisol.
Interesting. So potential for the brain seems pretty significant, even if preliminary. What about moving beyond the brain? Fertility claims, heart health. How solid is that research?
That's a really good question because, a lot of that data is still preliminary, too. For male fertility, we actually do have a few small human trials.
Okay.
And they indicate there could be a benefit. The idea is that maybe by lowering physiological stress and boosting dopamine, Mucuna pruriens might improve sperm profiles.
You mean like concentration, motility?
Yeah, concentration, how well they move, overall semen quality, that kind of thing. But again, small trials. And many studies showing increased testosterone, for instance, are just in animals so far.
Gotcha. And the heart health angle.
Even earlier stages, really. We know L-DOPA can inhibit ACE, that's angiotensin-converting enzyme.
Which is linked to high blood pressure.
Right, hypertension and heart disease. And yes, some animal studies showed promise, like lowering cholesterol and triglycerides. But those effects haven't really been reliably shown in people yet.
Okay.
It is worth mentioning, though, it has this long history in, Ayurvedic tradition, used for all sorts of things: upset stomach, painful periods, boosting libido.
So a traditional use context, but the modern science is still catching up for many claims.
Pretty much.
Which brings us right back to safety. If we're dealing with something as powerful as L-DOPA, the fact that supplements aren't standardized, it seems like a huge issue, doesn't it?
It's absolutely the biggest hurdle. Because there are no standard dosage guidelines for these supplements, using M. pruriens long-term, or especially at high doses, really ups the risk factor.
What kind of risks are we talking?
Well, common side effects might just be nausea, maybe drowsiness, dizziness, things often linked to L-DOPA itself. But the severe side effects reported with high L-DOPA concentrations are serious. We're talking confusion, hallucinations, even psychosis.
Wow.
And just a practical thing, don't eat the raw seeds. They contain something called mucuna.
Mucuna.
Yeah, it can cause really nasty skin irritation. Just touching them can be bad news.
Okay, so processed supplements are the way people would encounter this generally. Yeah. What are the absolute crucial precautions then, especially with other meds?
Number one, definitely avoid it if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Full stop.
Right.
And then interactions, this is critical. It can have serious adverse interactions with certain medications. Think prescription antidepressants, particularly a class called MAOIs.
Okay.
And also any drugs meant to lower blood pressure. Combining M-purians could potentially make blood pressure drop way too low, dangerously low.
It's a major warning.
Yeah.
So this has been quite the deep dive. It really shows the tension. Mucuna purians is a food, nutrient-dense, protein, fiber, iron.
Mm-hmm.
But it also carries this biological punch of a major drug precursor.
Exactly. And because the FDA doesn't regulate dietary supplements like they do prescription drugs, well, the challenge for you, the listener, isn't really finding information online. It's about quality.
How do you know what you're actually getting?
Precisely. How can you determine the actual standardized L-DOPA content in whatever product you might see? That's the tough part. So, thinking about moving forward safely. What steps can you take? How do you ensure you're looking at high-quality products? Maybe ones tested by independent third parties, like NSF or USP certification.
Right.
That question, thinking about quality assurance, and definitely having a conversation with your healthcare provider, that's absolutely the safest place to start.